Hey, what's up guys, it's Loha. So, as you can see in the title, we're doing a different video today. We're doing a replay analysis, which is a new series that I'm going to try out, and I think it'll be pretty cool. So the aim of these videos is to comment on what our person has done wrong, what he could improve on, and then overall, what needs to be worked on in his playstyle, what he should be focusing on, what mechanics he should work on next, but also tell him what he's doing right. So yeah, this episode is submitted by Geem, one of my friends. It was a silver 3v3 ranked. He got his replay analysed by joining my Discord server and posting a file in the Submit Replays channel. So if you want a chance to have your replay analysed, you need to join my Discord server. The link is in the description, and post a replay file into the Submit Replays channel. I'm only accepting replays from gold or below at the moment because I feel like I can't really analyse platinum level games yet, because I still make a lot of the mistakes that a platinum player does, even as a diamond player myself. So we're keeping it to diamond and below for now, but if you want a chance to get yours analysed, then send it to Submit Replays, and yeah, I might analyse it. So let's get started. A Russian Geem. I don't know where he got that name from, but that's who we're looking at today. So, solid kickoff. He went to the side a bit, but you know what, it's okay. And centering the ball for his teammates. Now here, he shouldn't be turning around. I don't know why I did that, but he shouldn't be. So let's just go back a bit. When that guy centers the ball, right? Let's just slow it down. You can see Morentas is already here, so he's ready to come up and shoot the ball. So what Geem needs to be doing at this point is not turning around, but rotating back into a defensive position, and then Morentas can take a shot if the pass goes through. And if the pass doesn't go through, it's Geem's turn to transition from the defender to the passer and come in and centre the ball for Chembro, who should be rotating into a passing position, into a shooting position. Anyway, let's keep going. Okay, another mistake there. He centred it right for the opponents. Let's go back. He centred it right into the opponents, and they had a good chance to shoot, which they missed somehow. I don't know how they managed that, but instead he should have either controlled the ball, which might be difficult for a silver, but that's the kind of thing you should be learning. I don't know why I just went back that far. Should have either controlled the ball or brought it onto the side, onto the right side, because you see on the right side he's turning onto the left. He's turning, what's his name, Plant Man. He's turning into the middle. So what Geem could do is send it on over to the right side and then carry it along the wall and try to push it in front of their goal, instead of putting it in the middle like that. He probably realised that mistake as soon as he did it, but it's something you need to avoid doing whenever you can. So they missed this. Geem sort of... Okay, so here he should have been rotating back onto the back post of the goal, letting Chembro go for the ball, and Morentas coming up and helping support him. Because then if Geem's in the goal, you've got a player ready to defend, and if a clear goes quite long and they get a breakaway, then Geem will be there ready to defend. So this wasn't his ball, this was Chembro's ball, which he missed somehow, but if Chembro misses or messes it up, it's then Morentas' turn because he's in front of Geem. And then Geem moves forward to the front post and Chembro's rotates behind him. But at these kind of levels, you just can't rely on your teammates to do the rotation properly. In fact, you probably can't even rely up until like diamond. So you need to be able to adapt and fill in the spaces yourself. which means playing a lot more passively than aggressively. Okay, here, let's have a look. This was clearly Geem's ball. I don't know why Chembro went for this. You know, Geem gets it under control and then Chembro comes up behind him and bumps him. He shouldn't be doing that. It's something that happens a lot. You know, Geem, he has a lot of boost at this point. Or enough. So it's not his, it's not Chembro's ball, it's Geem's. What Chembro should be doing is coming up with Geem and helping support him. And then Morentas could stay back and be the defensive player. Anyway, let's go back. Where is he? Okay, here, this isn't a good play. Here, this is bad. Okay, so let's just go back to where it was. So Chembro, that's a pretty decent pass. Morentas hits it, misses. Now here, Geem shouldn't have gone for that. He should have tried to like shadow the ball, so come back with it, and then when he gets the right chance, control it, and then try to bring it back to the opponent's side. Because at this point, let's see. At this point, both of his teammates are out of the game, so he needs to be trying to buy them time so that they can come back and help him out defending. So you always want to be trying to be defensive, buying people time and not rushing into everything. Alright. This is a pretty bad play as well, let's look. This is a triple commit, but you can see here, this is 100% Chembro's ball, because he's in a position to hit it. He might have full boost, but again, Morentas he's already there. So what Geem should be doing is getting into a position where Chambras can centre the ball and then Geem can pick it up and shoot. 100%. Here, this is Chembro's ball, because he's got a better angle to put a centre in. So you should be leaving that to Chembro in those situations, definitely. And here, this is good. He rotates into goal. Should be on the back post, but it's okay. Now he's waiting. Okay, he goes for it. That's also good because he's at the front. And then those two wait at the back. That's good. Morentas is going for this. Okay, let's have a look at this. Why did this happen? So let's just switch into fly. So who should have gone for that ball? You may be thinking. It's clearly Geem. It's just a similar situation to last time. Chembro cuts in front of Geem and tries to hit it, and instead just bumps him, and then the orange team gets a chance to attack, right? So let's put this in full speed. This, after Morentas hits that's Geem's ball, so that he can bring it along the side and centre it, not Chembro's. So if you're in Chembro's situation, don't go for that, because it's not yours. Let's see his view. Let's see Chembro's view. Oh god, hold on. You can clearly see that Geem is going to go for that, and he cuts in front, hits Geem, and then this causes a huge mess. Anyway, now how did this goal go in? So this is a pretty much direct result of this double commit here. So Chembro hits Geem. As a result, neither of them hit the ball. There's a bit of a mess. Geem stops it, but then backflips for some reason. He's a keyboard player, so, you know. Chembro! Come on, man, why didn't you hit that? So here, he could have hit that. I don't know what Morentas is doing. this goal, I would put it down to a combination of that double commit and Morentas doing this. So here, there's no one in goal, it's an open net because Morentas did that weird flying thing and literally, like, he could have saved it if he hadn't gone for a wall like that. So avoid doing that at all costs. Okay, kick off. Okay. Right. So here, I think a bit of miscommunication. Let's see. So Morentas did the right thing. So seeing that both Geem and Chembro went for the ball, he stayed back in a defensive position, which is good because if he'd gone off for boost or gone up with them, and then on the kickoff there'd been a really weird, crazy pinch that went flying off, Morentas is in a good position to defend. So at this kind of level, in Geem's position, you don't want to be following this up. You really want to be staying in a defensive position because you just can't rely on your teammates to get a good kickoff at this level. Okay, so here is a very similar thing to before. This is Chembro's ball. So Morentas was trying to pass it off to Chembro. This is Chembro's ball. Geem should not be coming up this close. He's the person who should be in a defensive position. He's the one who should be in a defensive position. So here, if Morentas' centre fails, Geem should be a bit further back and then ready to centre it again. And he's further back in case they get a good clear. So then he's in a good position to stop the clear. But then here he's in a really bad position because if he was on the halfway line or maybe a bit further in front here, if he was on the halfway line or a bit further in front, then he could have tackled those guys, and since they're all together, all three of them are in exactly the same place, he could have maybe got a breakaway and scored against the Oranges. But he should not have been coming up here because Morentas was in the centre ready for... Chembro was already in the centre ready for Morentas' centre. So anyway, here, Morentas rotates back, Geem gets the ball. This is good play. It does go into the centre, but it's a clear. Here again, this is Morentas' ball, but it's okay, I guess, because Morentas hesitated. Geem saw that and centred it, so that's actually pretty good adaptation from Geem to see that Morentas is hesitating, going for it himself. That's a decent centre if his teammates could aerial, which they clearly can't, but anyway, that's just a bit of not being able to control the ball, so this is more mechanical mistakes than a mental mistake. He did the right thing by going for that, but he should have flipped into it and hit it away. But anyway, let's keep watching. A demo. Oh god. Silver gameplay is so funny. Right, yeah, another mechanical mistake. You just gotta work on making sure you've got a straight line for the ball. Okay, this is good, this is Geem's ball. He doesn't get in, but okay, this is how it should be happening. Right? So Chembro is in a defensive position. Mentras is, whatever his name is going for a centre. Chembro sees that Geem's centre hasn't worked and it's been stopped, so he's now in a position to centre it or shoot, which then works. So that's how it should be happening. You can see here they're keeping the pressure up because of this good rotation, and eventually it results in a goal. Nice shot from Chembro. So this is clearly, looking at this has to be a centre, kick-off mistake. Yeah, so who is staying back at this point? So Chembro is staying back. So this was partly Chembro's fault, because that wouldn't have been too difficult to defend, that shot. But partly Geem and Morentas' fault for both going for that. there should be more communication on the team. So using a quick chat and telling your teammates, you know, I got this, or take a shot. But the thing is, at these levels, that's difficult to do because your teammates, like, a ton of the time, they won't have chat on, or they won't be looking at chat, or they'll see your message and completely ignore it. So I put this one down mainly to Chembro, because he should have been able to stop that. Anyway, here, keeping up the pressure. This is good. Chembro could have gone for that because Geem wasn't in a position. Another double commit. So this was Chembro's chance, but I'm guessing that since he's probably not able to aerial at this point, probably not so good. I think Geem here may have stopped that goal from happening. I think Chembro might have been able to get that, but I don't know how to say really. So, okay, this was another mistake from Chembro. He should have been able to hit that really. This isn't really Geem's fault or Morentas's fault. It's just a mechanical mistake, Chembro not being able to clear that away. Right, we continue. Geem waiting back, that's good, rather than going for boost. Got a defensive player. Okay, staying in a bit of... So this play here, let's have a look. Okay. So he was coming up a bit too close, because both of his teammates had gone for that ball. So let's just go back a bit. Both of his teammates went for that, so he shouldn't have been coming up, he should have been waiting in the goal in case this happens. If he was in goal, if he was properly in goal, he would have been able to get that away easily. But then, instead, it's down to Morentas to get this away. Which he does. He does pretty well, so I'll give him that. And again, all three of them, they're really close together. But this, yeah, it doesn't matter, it's a breakaway goal, which is good. And apparently a kick-off goal straight after. Let's see, how does this kick-off goal happen? So it was a lucky hit, pretty much. Whatever the... This was a bad kick-off from him. He hit it on the right side, which made it easy for the ball to go in, so that's his fault, I would say. But also, who was in net for them, was it? Plant Man, he should have been able to save that. But also... Alright. So, yeah, this is Geem's ball, I would say, because he had full boost. He should have hit that. And then a bit of a strange bump, which unfortunately didn't go in, but Geem shouldn't be chasing this. Here, this isn't his ball, he shouldn't be chasing that. It's either Morentas's or, let's see, where's Chembro? It's either Morentas's or Chembro's. Geem shouldn't have been going for that because he was on the wrong side of the ball. This is... Chembro trying to get it in the middle. Both of them, okay, here again. Both Morentas and Geem come up. This was Morentas's ball. You can see Morentas is already on the left side. And Geem... You cut in front of him. You can see Morentas. So here... You can see Morentas is on the left. So you shouldn't be going there because it makes his job redundant. Like... It's Morentas' time to go for this. Or go for the hit after that. But you were in the way. Unfortunately, so... Yeah, you should have been staying back and supporting if the ball goes to the centre. I don't know what's going on here. I don't know what Chembro is doing. Let's have a look. Yeah, okay, so he's trying to aerial the ball that's not really in the air. Which is, you know, fair enough. You know, it's always good to learn, but what ends up happening Geem gets bumped. Chembo lands in front of him again, gets bumped again. A big mess. Bit of a risky thing. You should only be practicing stuff like that in casual matches or in training. And when you know you have it down, you can go for it. But here, this is good play from Orange. Let's see what happens here. So, Geem trying to rotate back. It's a good centre from them. Why couldn't Chembo stop this? Okay, so he got into a defensive position. He came out a bit. He edged out, which wasn't good. And also, Morentas should be rotating to the back post. So, the post on the right, he should be rotating there. Chembo should be staying at the front post and not coming out. And Geem should be trying to... Okay, so I would say here, Geem should be trying to rotate back around the left and coming back behind Morentas. Morentas should be going on the right post. Chembo should be going for this ball. And if Chembo misses the ball or gets it, Morentas should go to rotate forward to where Chembo is, and then Geem can come up behind and go into the right post. And it becomes a constant cycle of person at the front post going for the ball, person at the back post coming to the front post, and then person like out on the pitch going to the back post, and it becomes a constant cycle. So you always have good defensive integrity. So that was where that goal happened. Switch to Geem again. Again, another double commit. They really should be calling for this. One person goes to the ball, another person goes to the boost or gets in a defensive position. But that's okay. Geem should be staying in a defensive position here, but then this is that was his ball. That was a good play, good challenge. Also his. He takes up the ball, and this is another mechanical thing here. Doesn't quite drive up the rule properly. So, okay, so the things for that game that I would say that needs to be worked on, mainly, 1, driving on the wall. So just getting good at learning how to control your car on the wall, both in ball cam and not in ball cam. That's one of the things. The other thing is consistent dodging. Want to make sure he was on control. He was on keyboard. On keyboard, you just want to be practicing your dodges constantly, knowing which buttons to press to dodge each way, and just overall like keep practicing it. And on controller's slightly easier I would say to dodge, but I don't know. I'm not a keyboard player, so I can't really say. So you work on dodging and wall driving, and also in terms of rotation and positioning, you need to be working on. I need to stop playing, it's distracting me. You need to be working on rotating or cycling your defences. So if the ball's coming in, you go to the back post. There's somebody in front of you on the front post. They go for the ball. You drive towards the front post, and the person on the pitch goes towards the back post. And then when you're attacking, somebody is centering the ball here. There should be somebody behind, not too close, but not too far behind that person, ready to go for a ball that comes back, so a clear. Or if the pass fails but the ball's still there, coming in and trying to centre it again. And somebody shooting. And if a shoot fails, then they then rotate back into that defensive position, and the person who was in the defensive position before goes for the ball. The person who went for the ball before goes into a striking position, and they can maybe get a shot on the goal. And it just becomes a regular cycle like that. So defender goes to passer, goes to striker, goes to defender. It just needs to become a constant cycle. a constant rotation, and then you can keep the attack up, keep the pressure up, and then eventually, hopefully the ball will go in. And finally, the final thing would be to make sure you're filling in all the gaps, being more of a defensive player than rushing in and trying to hit the ball whenever you can. So, you know, if you see if you see both of your teammates, or if you see both of your teammates going for a ball, make sure you're behind them and in a defensive position, because if one person on the other team gets the ball past both of your teammates, you're the last man back, and you want to make sure you're in a good position to be defending and filling in all the gaps. So you want to be more passive than aggressive, and hopefully that will stop your opponent scoring goals and giving you more wins. That'll be it for this episode. I hope it helped Geem and everybody else at his sort of level, and even a bit higher, because those are very general rotation tips really. But I hope this helped. If you want to be in with a chance of getting your replay analysed, make sure to join my Discord server, link is in the description. And if you want more of this, subscribe, like the video if you found it helpful, etc, etc. And also comment if you're a higher level than me and you think that I said something wrong. That'll be really helpful, because that'll help me as well. So yeah, thanks for watching. I'll see you guys in your next video.